Vasudeva Sutam Devam Vamshachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnan Vande Jagadgurum. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I salute Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, the destroyer of the demons Kamsa and Chanura, Devaki, and the Guru of us. I salute him again and again. So we are back to our reading of the Bhagavatam, and we are on the book number 3, chapter number 5, and we start today from verse 27. So the discussion was going on, the question, the creation, and how this creation has come from Brahman. And this creation theory, actually, in Vedantic perspective, this creation is not there. It only appears. That's why everyone describes so differently. Panchadashi, if Vedanta text, you find that they say the creation is done this way. Satchidananda Pras Brahman is equal to Maya, and how Satta, Rajas and Tamas, and Satta, from how the Satta counts, Rajas counts, all this.
It's like Sankhya.
It is how the 5 elements are, or 3 gunas, out of the 3 gunas that come absolute Brahman reflected through Prakriti, compose the 3 qualities. So here also we find that is the way of description is some, but we have to understand these descriptions may not match everywhere. What is said in the Panchadashi may not be meeting with the Bhagavad, or it may be specifically mentioned in one scripture and the other. That because Maya is non-existent, actually ultimately not there. To create a concept, how is the Maya, and then to go beyond the Maya. Main thing, Maya is not the goal. Goal is divine, Satchidananda. So they describe Maya is like this, Maya is like that. That's okay. But Maya, whose Maya? Shakti, Shaktiman in the Tantra. Shakti is the power. Shaktiman, whose power? So immediately Brahman is the main thing of attention. So we have read, in the beginning, the Lord Bhagavan alone existed. I am just reading verse number 23 just to connect today. In the beginning, the Lord Bhagavan, he alone existed. He was the essence of all, and he was all. He, the pure spirit, was the master of himself. So alone, he was alone, and he was the master of himself, and all that is called the many was by his will. He willed, wished, and that came, and ultimately dissolved in him. This non-dual and self-revealing seer saw that Brahman, which is known to only one, and he saw what he saw. How can he see? Anyhow, he saw. These are all terms which cannot be explained. Everything is Maya. Where did Maya come from? You cannot say that. You have to assume something that is there. So it is said this non-dual and self-revealing seer. This seer does not need anybody to see, focus a light on that. In the darkness, this light is necessary to focus to see this. But it is his own light, self-revealing light. And this non-dual and self-revealing seer saw no object. He didn't find anything to see anymore, but he is there alone. As if he himself is trying to see many, but he didn't find anybody but excepting himself. This is very confusing term. No, only one. How can he see? Either necessary to see, another thing is there, but he willed. That will is self-revealing. And when the power and its manifestation subsided, and the seer alone remained, the spirit thought of himself as non-existent, as the subject has no relevancy without the object. There is no, if there is no subject, the object, what is the question of subject? You say object in reference to context of the subject. So if there is no object, there is no subject. You cannot say it is a subject. So non-existent and the himself, as if I don't exist. No, Brahman thought that way. Oh, I am. There is nothing. I don't see any object. And this knowledge came out of himself. It is self-revealing in his own essential light. And what is called this Maya is the power of that witness or the seer. The power who was inside wants to see his power. That is called Maya. Same all round about it is Brahman's power, Maya. It has got the dual nature of being in the states of cause and effect. So it functioned in both ways. One in the form of cause and another in the form of effect. It is that by which the all-powerful one manifestations of the whole universe. It is that by which the all-powerful one manifests the whole universe. So this is the truth, where the all powerful Brahman was there, he manifests in this way. And how he does this is possessed of the Lord, Satchidananda, possessed of the power of consciousness. He has the power, Satchidananda power inside. And the manifesting as Purusha. He manifested himself as the Purusha, Sankhya philosophy's idea. Cast his seed in his Maya. His wish, I'll be many. That seed he cast in the Purusha consciousness, whose constituents of the, I don't know, what is that seed? The seed of three gunas, Satchidananda three gunas, who constituents of the three gunas are agitated by the power of time. Time, click, 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 click. So time agitated that. So in that absolute unchanging truth, this will then try to manifest something. So today now I am here in 27 parts. Out of that inchoate state of Maya, prompted by time, came into being the Mahat Tattva, the Sankhya Mahat Tattva, the all-comprehending entity. So first Mahat Tattva came. How? In the Purusha. Purusha manifested as Mahat Tattva. Mahat Tattva, which is self-conscious. Mahat Tattva is self-conscious. You don't need anything because he is behind that is the conscious self. Is self-conscious luminosity and dispel the covering of darkness and reveal the universe which was existing in himself. So this Mahat Tattva then reveal what is inside in the Brahman. The entire creation come from that Brahman. So the three gunas are cast onto it. So all the energy is coming from within and getting manifested. That Mahat Tattva, which consists of the Lord's part, Amsha, right? It is not separate. The Mahat Tattva is not separate other than that of the Lord's part. Lord's part being Satchidananda. So the part of Satchidananda is the Purusha, and Purusha is manifesting as Mahat Tattva. So these gunas of Prakriti and the time spirit being subject to the Lord's look, desired to create and transform himself into another condition. So he created from Mahatattva, he created the other elements. Evolved from that Mahatattva came first existence of the I category, Aham Tattva. From Mahatattva, 24 cosmic principles, that formula, first comes Mahatattva. That's the difference between Vedanta. Vedanta says Mahatattva is buddhi, cognitive power. But Vedanta says ego comes first, aham. That's in Panchakosa, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. Vijnanamaya is the buddhi, Anandamaya is the ego. But here, because it's Sankhya philosophy, it says Mahatattva comes first, and then comes Aham Tattva.
Karana Sharira and Aham Tattva is same.
Of course.
Karana Sharira.
But here don't not to bring comparison there, and let us understand the Sankhya. Now we are focused on Sankhya only. So it says that is this way it is explaining here. Bhagavad is explaining. So evolved from that Mahatattva. In the Mahatattva was that ego, I. The Mahatattva comes into existence as if it was not there. Ego came up, sprang. And I category or Aham Tattva. This I category manifested as elements, organs, and mind, which form the physical, adhibhuta, psychical, adhyatma, and spiritual, adhidaivik aspect. So we have then three types, adhyatmic, adhibhutik, adhidaivik. Three aspects of us are found. We have this physical entity, adhibhuta, mind. Out of that buddhi came the mind and the sense organs. And then they created the physical body. And physical body has three aspects. One is adhyatmic, adhibhautik, adhidaivik. The body is made of bhuta, adhibhautik, adhidaivik. Devata means here is reflected consciousness. Now, the I category has three aspects. That I, what you call the I, is divided into adhibhautik, adhigoti. But it has three categories. What are the three? Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. So, see, Mahatattva manifested as ego. Ego make it three division. One is Sattika, Rajasika, Tamasika. Could you imagine? Purusha plus added with his own Shakti reflected comes first manifestation, ego. Ego spread into three divisions, Adhibhautik, Adhidaivik, and Adhyatmic. And
Avatar comes that Purusha, which the Thakur said that this time Sattva is doing. So his ego is main with Sattva.
And let me see what it says. It's a complicated area. When you enter into the creation, very complicated. When you go to Brahman, it is so easy. Brahman, there is no problem of anything. But whenever you talk about the creation, all complicated. Brain will be jumbled up.
It is not there on the top.
Ultimately, it is not there. That's why it is all complicated. They are creating something which is not there. And then ultimately you say with the knowledge, oh, it was not there. So why you created so? Because you see that you are in trouble. I want to help you. So the scriptures say, I am to helping you. It is like the idea, the child is, in the mind of the child, the ghost idea is created. And when creation, to say that there is no ghost at all. Out of the sattva aspect, mind and the presiding deities in Indriyas who illumines the object arose. See, now sattva quality is always sattva prakashika. it reveals, as a Sattva light, it reveals, that means what is there. Huh? The Sattva quality aspect, mind and the presiding mind is enlightened. Mind is there, but how mind functions is the light of that through the Sattva quality, I, behind I, ego, Mahatattva behind Purusha. Purusha's light percolate to ego, ego percolate to mind, with the three gunas, the Sattva. And Sattva now manifesting as the aspect mind and the presiding deities. Presiding deities means I is controlled by what? Some gods and goddesses. Every Hinduism, every organ is a master, god and deity to control it. It is not random. The hand, we know. Indra is the god of hand because that story. Therefore, my hand is not my hand. It's controlled by the deity. That means this gives an idea, if we can apply in our life, that everything is God's power. Who am I? Why do I identify with me, mine, and all this? Because it is not my power, it is the power of God controlling the movement of the finger. Hand. So, out of Sattva aspect, mind and the presiding deities of Indriyas who illumine objects, the arrows. So, mind arrows and on the senses, sense organs, controllers, gods. The indriyas, the sense organs of knowledge and action are formation of the rajasa aspect of I category. So indriya, the senses, the of the knowledge and action, gyanendriya and karmendriya, are formation is formed out of rajas. Why rajas? Rajas is always activity. Sattva is only manifest. There the gods are there, they are revealing things. But to action, it comes from the rajas aspect of it. The tamas aspect of I category originates the subtle elements. তার মানে sukshma bhutas, air, water, fire, these are the bhutas, gross bhuta, but before that it is the subtle bhutas. That means when you see in the dream, dream earth, dream water, dream air, when you breathe in the dream body, what you are breathing, this physical body is breathing the gross air. But in your dream, when you are there, you are alive. How are you alive? You are also breathing there.
And those are pure air.
Unadulterated air.
Not LA.
Not added with water mixed here. Here all panchikaran. Panchikaran, khichuri. Pure, you say, what did you eat today? I had rice and dal. No? We may say, use this terminology. Meaning, rice is the major portion. You didn't eat only rice. In India, we eat so much rice. So people say, what did you eat? I had rice and dal, that's all. But rice may be so much. Major portion is rice, that's why it's called rice. But it does not mean that you didn't take a glass of water, you didn't take a little dal or spinach or potato or some other item. 5 items were all there, but predominantly it was rice. You say, what did you eat today? Pasta. You didn't eat the whole pasta, only the pasta. With pasta, you added some other 3, 4 items, cheese, or you put some sauce or something like that. Some sauce. So there is, that means the sukshma in the subtle, but in the subtle level, when it is creation coming pure, there it is only pure water. Water is only water. Air is only air. That is subtle body. The tamas aspect of I category originates the subtle elements, bhuta, sukshma, of sound. Out of that sound comes the element of bhuta, akasa. Akasa which is considered the body of the Lord. Akasha, according to the will of the Lord, generates the sense of touch. Touch transforms under the influence of time, Maya, and the divine will becomes air. Akashat Vayu, Vayu, Radho, Madhva, Prithvi. The powerful element air supported in Akasha generated the tanmatras of rupa or form or color. From that came the element of fire, which is as it were the eye of the world. Fire with air as its proximate category, transformed itself by the will of the Lord into water. So anyhow, so with the mixing down, mixture, khichdi is becoming cooked, and all these items are coming one after another. Under the influence of time, Maya, and the divine presence. Water with fire as its proximate category, evolved by the Lord's will and with the help of time, Maya. So Maya and the divine presence producing earth having the quality of smell. So he's saying that actually it is from Purusha, then Mahatattva, then ego. Ego, three parts, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. That from that, all this creation, right from the senses and down to the presiding deity, to the subtle element of air, water, fire, etc., down to gross earth, air, water, what we have seen. So time factor is one thing, and in the influence of Maya. And then O Vidura, in regard to these elements, beginning with Akasha, those that succeed retaining all the qualities of the earlier ones because of their having intimate connections with them. So Akasha, when it's very fine, just pure. But we go, then water, Akasha element is also there, and also the
Water, yeah.
water element. Say in the water, every item have more qualities of the other one. It is a mixture. So that's why it says, thus the Akasha has sound as its quality, no? Finer. Vayu, when the air, has two. Vayu, when both the sound and the touch. No? You go to the Akasha, or the space, Akasha is only has sound as its quality, no? You can make a noise, you can make a sound, no? But now you go to the next, to the Vayu, it has Akasha element also here. Because Vayu moves, the air moves where? In the space. Can you think of air? No space. That's why it is vaster sub background. Air contains the Akasha also, Akasha quality, and also Vayu or air quality. Now, next you go to the fire. Fire, you think three things. Fire happens in the space. Space is necessary where the fire is burning. And it has a form. And if you touch it, it burns. And it has also sound. So all the other qualities are mixed into later on grosser and grosser object. Subtler and subtler and more singular, singular to double, double to triple, triple to four times, like that. All the elemental things have manifested from Akasha to Vayu, Vayu to Agni, Agni, Apo, Apo, Adva. So these are the five elements. Akasha, Akashat, Vayu. So Vayu will have two elements, Akasha element, plus the Vayu's element is touch. Akashat, Vayu. Vayu, Agni. Agni have Akasha, and then touch has also
Its own fire.
own strength of heat. Now you go to the Akash Bayu Adho, Jal. Uh, Jal in the water you find it is in the space. You get this? When you look at this water in the ocean, but ocean is okay, but it's in the space. And then it has the power, the other three qualities of the earlier qualities, and also this sweetness. So water, taste as also, taste is the main thing, water, but sound, touch, and form, three previous qualities. And the earth is smell is the major thing of the earth element, has also previous qualities, taste, sound, touch, and form. Do you get it, bro? No. This verse is telling that the Anilena nitan jyotir vikurvat paravikshitam adattam horasamayam kalamaya anshayogata jyotisham bhonu samspristam vikurvat brahmavikshitam mahingandhaguna gunam adhat kalamayang shajogata. So that is the point. In regard to the elements beginning with akasha, those that are succeed retaining all the qualities of the earlier ones because they are having intimate connection with them. Therefore, now you understand akasha has only sound as its quality, very pure. That's why akasha is very all expensive. Where is not akasha? In all the galaxies and planes of existence in the stars, and there is akasha. There is akasha in the room, akasha in my body. So akasha spreads everywhere, the finest. That's why akasha is the first creation and pure creation. Then akasha bio, that's akasha the sound and its quality. What is the sound? Akasha's quality is what? How do you understand? Baji, Tata, Anahata, Dhuni, Tabu, Bani. In the sound, in the space only, in the villages, you remember, when people used to call each other one long distance, earlier days, you have not seen those days. People are living on that village and this village, something has happened, they are warning. They will shout, how, and make some sound, it goes from this village to that village. Those days, no telephone, no other way of communication. By sound, something serious comes, we'll alert ourselves like this. Fire comes, or a jungle tiger comes, or something, we'll make a sound between us. So if this sound happens in the space, that is limited. Sound is limited. But sound happens in the space. All this noise comes in the space. Thus, Akasha has sound as its quality. Remember that. Akasha being the purest manifestation from Purusha to Prakriti and to his qualities. The purest manifestation is the Akasha. And what is the characteristic of Akasha? Sound. Akashat Vayu. Vayu is the next one. Upanishad also says Akashat Vayu. Vayu Adva. Adva Prithivi. I say. So thus Akasha has sound and its quality. Now Vayu. Vayu has two quality. Vayu also, when wind blows, you see the sound.
When you keep this eyes,
Or you can hear.
Here is you can count. So thus Akasha has sound as its quality. Vayu has both sound and touch. When it hits you, Vayu is hot or cold or shivering, we shiver. No? Oh, it is heavy wind blowing. No, so it has touch, another power within. So Vayu has two qualities. Akasha quality of sound is there, and the touch quality is there.
When you say Akasha has sound as its quality, is it just the sound that we hear, or is it something subtle, more subtle?
No, this sound is sound. This is
That's
our
what we hear.
perceived experience. Even it is there in the subtle body also. In the dream also we see there is wind blowing and storm coming. If you have that experience, you will find the sound is the wind. The wind is making sound, no?
Because I thought the sound that we hear, we need Vayu for that. Without Vayu, how is sound?
This quality of Vayu is sound. Where is air, there is sound.
But not
But
like-
Akasha is the no, sorry, I am saying wrong. Akasha has the sound.
Even with
Therefore, Akasha is everywhere. So in the water you can find sound. In the you dig the earth, you can find some sound. Because that is the primary thing percolated in all this future creation. The fundamental quality is percolating into Akasha quality, percolating into the Vayu quality. Vayu will have two things, its own characteristics and Akasha's characteristic. Then you go, they will have Akasha characteristic, Vayu characteristic, plus their own characteristic. Like that, it will go on adding.
Because the sound is like one of the primary qualities.
Yeah,
That
sound.
is why at the end it goes. When one will leaves body, last they can
That's why people say that last sense organ, when the body goes out, the last sound. That's why you repeat the God's name in the ear to remind them, so that maybe every sense organ collapsed, given up. But this last one to go, Akasha. Because the prana merges into Akasha. Mahakas.
But Maharaj, the pranava shabda and like subtle sounds, like the sound of bead mantra.
That falls within the category of sound itself.
Akash as
Akash. So long you are in the Akasha. That's why that long you are in creation. When this Mahakasha, that's why it is in the we are talking about the creation. Creation means the Mahakasha. Then Mahakasha, you go to the Chitta Akasha division. And Chittakasha you cross, then you go to Akasha means Chidakasha. Chidakasha is
Also.
uselessly to say Akasha. There is no Akasha, it is Chit.
Nirakasha is the final.
Nirakasha, Chidakasha. Just state a consciousness. Nirvises. Nirgun Nirakasha.
But then in Nirakasha, there's no pranava shabda.
Nirakasha means it is not only a word. That is the truth. That is the reality. No Akasha. No Akasha of the subtle, causal or gross. But we are talking about the gross. In the gross, we find this distinction. Then you can understand. Then maybe in the subtle also these things remain. Then Anahata Dhuni, in the Akasha. That's why Swami Vivekananda wrote a poem. Baje, they are sounds. Anahata Dhuni, the unstruck sound. Oh, Baje Tatha, there, the sound is there. Anahata Dhuni, unstruck sound. Baje Tatha, there makes the sound. That means sound is the finest thing, and sound is the place where that's why your mantra, japa, etc., are all sound. And first sound is Om, they say. That comes from the space. So thus Akasha has sound as its quality. Vayu has two qualities, both sound and touch. And the fire has three qualities. Sound is already there, the form, touch is there, these two, plus it has the form. Vayu has a form means and the fire has a form, no? When the fire burns, you see, it takes a shape of the object. So it has a form. But Akasha, no form. You cannot find any form. So in fire, there will have the quality of the Akasha and also the Vayu, both. Akasha quality
Oxygen.
only in the Akasha. Sound. Vayu, you have sound quality as also touch quality. Heat, cold, you feel, but even when the wind blows, you can feel that your body senses can sense it. And Vayu to fire will be Sound will be there, touch will be there, also then the fire will have to fall. And now water will have all this quality. But it will have the
So
first will have sound.
then
It will have then taste,
touch,
touch will be there,
heat,
form will be there,
taste,
as also
taste.
taste, water taste. So these are the way Pancho Bhutas. So they are all created. They are all manifested as grosser that way.
What about the earth, Maharaj?
Water and earth. Earth is in the last one. Vayu, both sound and touch. Fire, then sound, touch was form. Water, then will be the form, touch, sound, and taste. And earth will be smell added. That's why all the
That is why in
Art-
Arati time,
uh,
flower represent the earth.
flower is what? Flower is actually coming from the earth. All the flowers fragrance grows, that's why smell.
And the
Art-
chaura is the
Why?
air.
Why?
Cloth is the space.
Space.
And water is the water element,
Shankar.
water.
And then Deepa.
So light element, that's why we worship God. You are so big, what shall we do? How can I worship you? So the whole element of the fire is I am invoking in this lamp. No? Then after that, water element. Then all the element in which the whole creation is running on by permutation combination. I am offering to you.
But we don't give it in the order of gross to subtle. We give it like
Yeah.
fire first, then
Yeah, in different because
No, it
cycle.
is the order because
Fire.
fire, rupa.
Rupa. But
Water.
that's the third one.
No, rupa, rasa.
No, if you say Akash, what she is saying.
Or the creation order.
The
Or it's not
evolution,
in the
evolution starts
creation.
with Rupa, then Rasa, then goes to Akasha, then jumping.
Akash is ending at the Akash.
Because
Chamara
they
is
say
the wind.
also other way that it is like in Bhakti school, Arati is like that Krishna has come back to home at the end of the day. So Mother Jashoda first with light, looking at Krishna, how dirty he is. Then with water,
Bathing.
she is washing. Then with cloth, she is wiping. And then with flower, she is decorating. And then with fan, she make him very comfortable.
Yeah.
And then let him go play with others.
That's
Yeah.
Bhakti school.
That is the Vaishnava way of thinking. Anyhow, so they are all related to God. It's offered back to God. Okay, so these are the five elements and creation now. Now, 37 verse. The presiding deities of all these elements. So how many elements you got?
Five.
5 elements. All parts of Vishnu. So we say each one has a presiding deity. No? As it appears, the whole system is going on in the material world, no? But is there any finance minister to look after the financial part of US? Is there not? Yes, there is in the government system, but we don't see him. Suppose there is some education department. Someone is authorized. I'm the boss of the entire California education system. No? We don't see him, but he is there. Similarly, my hand is moving, a hand has a God. Eyes are there, eyes have a God. Ears, it has a God. So touch, taste, touch, all are controlled by God. But these gods are what? The power of the one God. One God, it's like that in this country. The president's power. Power is conferred to president. President distributes his power to a democratic way. Okay, you look after this department, you look after this. And though that looking after your department, giving the authority. So God, the absolute, when he said, I will be many, He has no time to look after all these details. It's like, you create this, you do that, you looked up, you looked up. So they all become gods and goddesses. And they are the controller of each organ of what we are saying about air, water, fire, etc. So the presiding deities of all these elements all are all parts of Lord Vishnu, though endowed with capacities of change. He can change sometime. God can change. The prime in the cabinet, what happened? The minister is changed. One person is changed. Another person is put here. Another person is taken out. That change can be reshuffling the cabinet. They can change the cabinet ministers, change their position and name. Could not bring the element to mix into various combinations and produce the universe. So they prayed. So these individual gods and goddesses cannot do anything. So they need to be united to pray to Vishnu. So it makes little sense now. Why they are asking? All the goddesses are saying, "Oh Vishnu, please Lord, please protect us." They are gods. So many gods assembled, in the Chandi. When the demon was so rudely disturbing the peace, and they are all dethroned from their kingdom, their powers are gone. Then they said, what to do? They went to God, Vishnu, the God of gods, from whom all these things has come, to combine effort of them. So he said, "Oh Lord," and so they prayed to the Lord and saluting him. What he said, the deities, all the gods of all the sense organs, Indra, Chandra, Varun, this, that, no? Sun is the god of the eyes, no? So we can see light. Ear is the sound, no? What is the devata? Anil. Like that. So if there is a different gods of it.
Banu is the god of the sound.
So anyhow, so they all combined together and went to Lord Vishnu. Oh Lord, the holy feet constitute a veritable umbrella to the weary travelers seeking shelter from the heart of samsara. So your abode, you are the abode. That is, these people are troubled in the life of suffering and running and coming and going, this samsara. So you are like an umbrella to protect them under your shade. So seeking shelter at thy feet, the spiritual seekers cross the ocean of samsara with utmost ease. We say, Sampada tabu Sri Pada Baba Gospada Bari Jathai. We don't Khandana, we don't sing here, but it is a song composed by Swami Vivekananda for Ramakrishna. So he says that Sampada tabu Sri Pada, your feet is like an sampad, wealth, tabu Sri Pada. It is for the devotees. Why? Because it can help us to cross the ocean of cycle of birth and death. By so seeking shelter at your feet, the spiritual seeker can cross the ocean of samsara with utmost ease. If they can take shelter, they need not have to do any sadhana extra. The surrender itself will give them freedom. To the lotus feet of that Lord, our salutation again and again. O Father and Lord of all, in this sphere of transmigratory existence, the jivas like us, distressed by the triad of miseries, are not able to attain to the inherent bliss of the Atman unless they seek shelter at thy feet. The people in the world like us, you cannot get any redemption unless you took refuge at the feet of Krishna, the Lord, all pervaded God. Therefore, we seek shelter at those feet. Therefore, we are all seeking shelter at your feet. The sages striving for you in solitude. The sages, what they do? They go in solitude in the caves or in the Himalayas or in the forest. They striving for you. They want to reach you, the solitude along with the path of knowledge. Resort to the Vedas, which are like birds coming out of their nests, constituted of your lotus feet, face, thy face, lotus. As the course of the birds can guide a person to the nest, the path of knowledge taught in the Upanishads guide a person to him. So, following the path of knowledge, people following the Upanishads, they reach you in the yogis going into the deep forest or in the cave, they meditate on that. No, we devotees, but we are devotees. We cannot go to the forest. We cannot go anywhere. So we're taking refuge at your feet. We'll get it.
Maharaj, if I say, Thakur, I right now give you power of attorney, that means I'm not allowed to worry about anything anymore. Right?
Yeah, that means
So if I worry about something, then I have not given power of
not
attorney.
given it. Yeah.
So if I say I give you power of attorney, then I get an idea to do something. How do I know it's his idea or my idea?
Yeah, when you give, you will feel that really you will feel that you are not moving anything. You cannot think of anything. First, you think of God so much, and God forces you to do something. That is a subjective experience. Whether you are doing with your wish or you are doing by God's wish, when your own understanding will be clear from that it is an experience. And one can understand. When I am doing, I plan, this will be done, that will be done. And this is my ego. Huh? I will do this, I will do that, I am planning. But when you say, no, 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 shall I do it? Oh Lord, what do you say? Shall I do? You are advancing towards surrender. And you are asking the question internally. No one will know outside. For your all action, oh Lord, make me your servant. I am your instrument. So constantly your awareness is going to Him.
Oh, I see.
And if you go to His awareness, then your ego is reducing. And when you, with that sanction or internal discussion, when you do that, then you will be doing, your ego is getting off. Huh?
So one Swami once told that we surrender so much to Thakur, we ask him to do things, but we keep our plan B ready. By chance he fails, our plan B is
That means we don't surrender. We want our things to be done. And we said, God, I said, I do it. Okay, I told you. Okay, let me go. No. Real, this egoless person, those who have surrendered, they will take time. Our Swami Madhavananda Swami used to take some time if any crucial question comes, administrative question, what is good for the Sangha. So people will put some question. Raja Maharaj, best example. He will not even give me initiation. Oh, I'm not feeling much, you come some other day. And then people are saying, no, Maharaj, I want it. Okay, see what is an auspicious day in the almanac. You find a day or almanac. And then that day comes, oh, I am not feeling good today. My stomach is not okay. So these are all as he is to behave like a child because he has not got the instruction from inside. That's why Swami Prabhupada asked him, so do you do everything are you with the order of the Lord only? He said, yes, I do not do anything without his order. So they understand because they get so much, unless they get a positive response from inside. What that I do not know. You have to feel it. Then you can do that work. And that is the best because then you are the instrument. Instrument will have no say in the running of the car, no? Because it is the master, driver will decide whether it will take you right lane, left lane, middle lane, or in the hit a car or boom and topple 3 times. It is not the car's decision. It's all the decision of the driver.
Truck
So God is the driver. So surrender to Him is a very serious thing. Surrender is the end of spiritual journey. It does not come. But practice is practice. We devotees, however, seek shelter at your holy feet. And your feet, from your feet, which flows the Ganga. It is a belief that the Ganga, holy Ganga in India, its origin is the feet of the Lord Narayana. To purify the earth, the Mother Ganga came from the feet of Narayana. That is the belief. The all purifying stream, the stream takes this. Now we seek shelter at those feet of yours, on which sages of settled understanding meditate with hearts purified by faith and by love generated by the hearing of the devotional texts, by which they attain the highest form of renunciation and intimate knowledge of you. See, bhakti is not easy. People think bhakti is easy, jnana is troublesome. Bhakti is saying, why? We seek shelter. So I am asking shelter at your feet, at those feet. What feet I am searching for? What I am meditating? That meditation on which the sages, the saints and sages, have their settled understanding in their meditation, in their heart. How? By purified mind. They meditated on you with a pure mind, and by faith, and by love. See, their faith in your existence, their love for that, your abode of peace, and generated by hearing of the devotional text. How that love came for God? Hearing again and again the glory of the Lord Krishna, Lord Narayana, reading this type of bhakti scriptures. The devotion generated more and more and more. Even sages and yogis, they have to purify their heart. By purification, by reading the scriptures and by devotional text, the hearing of the devotional text, by which they attain, by this process of listening, and reading, listening, praying, loving, purifying the heart, they, by which they attain to the highest form of renunciation. Not so easy. Bhakti is easy, not so easy. Here also renunciation. They attain to the state of renunciation. Such a state, he does not care anything in the world. Anything in the world does not matter for him. So that's why it says they that attain the highest form, not highest form of renunciation, mind it, not ordinary renunciation. Okay, I don't take Rasagulla today. That is not. Renunciation, I am not interested in anything in the world. But they will be running where there is Harikatha, where there is a discussion going on about God, where there is holy people are assembled together, where they are reading scriptures or singing some bhajan. That will be their inclination. They run for that thing. And other things don't matter. And it is not only not matter, they're repulsive to that. Renunciation means repulsive. Even you don't enjoy, not only enjoy, you disgusted. You are get disgusted with that. So,
But with karma yoga ideal, then that is different.
that is karma yoga also bring this renunciation. When you do karma, then your mind becomes pure, and with I am doing for God, doing for God, doing for God. Then what happens? You become detached to the result.
But you don't feel the disgust of the work.
That will not when you can do that, because yes, but disgust to the world will come if you really be karma yogi and reach a point that your mind is so purified, you will not be able to do work. You will be merry. You will not be Martha anymore.
Yeah.
But you will run for doing Thakur's work.
I see.
It will be that karma yoga in that way. That will.
Now he's saying that you will not be giving up the work. Thakur's work or whatever work. But here work will drop automatically, Thakur said. You
Even
will
Thakur's
go to hasto. You cannot work anymore.
That is ritual thing. Ritualistic thing is going that you when you wanted
That's
to do
why you
karma,
cannot do any karma. Ritualistic means what? You are doing any karma.
But
You cannot.
Swamiji until the end he did Thakur's work.
That was the mission. They came a world teacher to do something. But when the spirit of purity will come for ordinary people like that, they will be disinterested in work to get, because not they are interested in more absorption. So much absorption they cannot function. That is the point. Not that they have any intention of giving up. They know it is Thakur's work. But they become so absorbed and absorbed and absorbed. Bhakti school also will lead to the same conclusion.
Uh,
And Karma Yoga will also lead that purity. Ultimately, purity will come. So much purity will come, then it is impossible for them to do anything. By which they attain the highest form of renunciation and intimate knowledge. Renunciation is a not negative thing, but intimate knowledge. Knowledge not intellectual. Intimate means you feel in every pore of your body. That realization of the, like Rasagullah soaked into this syrup. Everywhere rasa. Joy, joy, bliss, 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 bliss. Okay? So we end here today, 42 verse. We will start 42 next day. Okay. So, yeah, we will. That means it is the glory of surrendering to God they are talking about. And when one surrenders, every day, if anyone works surrendering their all actions to God and say, I have no other intention, I want you, I want you, I work for you, this is only for you. And doing like, it takes long time. It is not so easy. We think that we'll achieve these things so easily. And those who have achieved this state, they are not in numbers of thousands. Only Manushanang Sahasreshu, among thousands of people. Manushanang Sahasreshu, Kaschit, few, Jatati, Siddhai, struggling to reach Siddhi, perfection. Jatutamapi Siddhanam, those who are troubling themselves or working hard in this attempt of God realization. Jatutamapi Siddhanam. Kaschin Mang, there are few, very rarely few, Mang, Betti, they know me, Tattato, in his real truth, in his real essence. So it is always to understand, because we read Gospel of Ramakrishna, and Ramakrishna goes to Samadhi now and then. So we sometimes make a mistake that is so easy. And not to find a Ramakrishna every time. Ramakrishna is seen after incarnations come. When you see Rama came and people have world has to wait for Krishna to come. Krishna came, then they have to wait for Buddha to come. Buddha came after 500 years, Christ to come. So people have to wait for 500 years to see one incarnation. To get one Ramakrishna, we have to wait for so many years, no? Chaitanya, Sri Chaitanya. It is not that it is easy, they come. And also to recognize them, he has to bring his own people, no? Who have such exalted experience. They are all perfected people. So, but this is very wonderful to hear about this intense spiritual bhakti. So we end here today, and we'll be in our class for Shanti Gita at 7:30. So we Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. Whatever we do, just do our practice and tell, O Lord,